Hello guys, I am back. Um I'm just gonna be putting out videos. I really have no time frame. I just feel whatever comes to my heart. So this series is because of Pride Month. Yay, let's go Pride. This series is pretty much focusing on the anti-LGBTQ persons in our history, so we can you know what they say about history, if we know it, we aren't doomed to repeat it. So today's gonna be on Miss Anita Bryant, and I'll preface this video by saying I was ready to go in on this lady. I was ready to just make jokes, like crack on this lady. But like looking more into this individual, Miss Anita Bryant, Anita Jane Bryant, I just felt so sorry for her. Like at the end of the day, I feel like karma really took care of her, and some of the seeds she was sowing, it really came back to bite her. Like a lot of the seeds she was sowing with different institutions and groups really came back to bite her, and I was just taken aback from the same people that was building you up and you building them up. First and foremost, she was building them up. Like, she didn't need to say half the stuff she was saying, but just the movement and the different organizations that was taking advantage of her was really, really, really scary. I don't know, it just, like me growing up in my church, even though there was the anti-gay rhetoric, the you're gonna burn in hell, you're gonna do this, you're going down this wrong lifestyle, even though there was that, it was more loving in a kind of way. It wasn't, I'm about to just throw you up under the bus. Just denounce you. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, it was just a lot more cutthroat, I guess. And honestly, those were the circles she was heading with. So let's just start by some of the facts of Miss Anita Bryant, and then we go from there. So Miss Anita Bryant was an American singer. She was a political activist, as we know, anti-gay activist, and she was also a beauty pageant winner, which I think kind of jumped off her career. And she was part of the Florida Citrus Commission, because it's Florida and we were known for our oranges. I'll come back with a little thoughts on that. So Miss Anita Baker became a very outspoken opponent of gay rights in the 1970s. And her campaign she ran on was save our children. And funny enough, it sounds pretty much like the Republican Party today, or any type of conservative on social media, right? At the moment, I love how it's at this moment, or whenever we need it to be political advantageous for us, that we're going to start adopting anti-LGBT rhetoric. And then tied to the church, which I want to speak on the church and honestly get the church's, just politicalization of their organizations. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some parishioners who are tired of the BS, like on both sides, who are just like, you cannot have this. Like I don't want you to have this. I don't want my organization to be part of your politics. I just want to take care of people in my community, and that's it. I know there's plenty of people, whatever sexuality, whatever age, that is pretty much in that camp. So, yeah, that's the thing. So with her campaign, she ended up actually overturning or repealing the ordinance that you can't discriminate based on sexual orientation. And that really did damage on her public image, but that's what she believed in. That's what Miss Anita wanted. That's, she felt righteous about that topic, even though it caused so many of my gay brothers and sisters pain. Her campaign probably she toured the country, so it could be felt everywhere. So you can make a case for any hate or any rhetoric or violence that came of that time, what she was a big proponent of. And I'm just very taken aback that she was born in all of Oklahoma, and then because she lived in Miami, she just had this abdominal will that she wanted to impose on everybody else, and especially Miami back in those times. And it's like, girl, I mean, she succeeded. I think it was like 1998 before they reversed that, but she did succeed for a little minute. But it's like, girl, good luck in Miami with that one. So anyway, Bryant, she released several albums on various labels, which is great. That's a great accomplishment. She was Miss Oklahoma beauty pageant. She didn't really start to lose support until the celebrities start coming after her. Now, once the celebrities started coming for Miss Bryant neck, then that's probably when she her public audiences and damage started, waning, because it ain't nothing like a celebrity coming into politics and messing everything up for these politicians. As we can see now. So, Ron DeSantis, honestly, that's your karma right now. As we saw in previously, that the whole scaring of the parents and the children with LGBT parents, LGBT siblings, LGBT anything, like the fact that you thought that this was going to bring families together, it's an indicament of the celebrity that is right up your behind. The celebrity that you can't stop talking about, the celebrity that cannot go away. It's just, I don't even know what to call it at this point. But Miss Anita Bryant, let's just say, after the celebrities and probably those queens that was in the entertainment world, basically, you know, going for that neck. But the pot incident, that's what I want to get to. I don't know where I wanted to get to, but the pot incident. So, in 1977, Miss Anita Baker went on this television program in Iowa, and what ended up happening was like something sort of kind of political disobedience or violence towards, first of all, assaulting anyone is a no-go. That's a no-go. She got assaulted with the pie and did not help her case by saying at least it's a fruit pie. And honestly, me just looking at that was just hilarious. Like, I can laugh at myself for me being made fun of, but not me being hurtful towards people. Like, there's a difference between us getting made fun of and then us getting discriminated against just living who we are. Like, there's a huge difference. But that, at least it was a fruit pie. That was a good comeback. I ain't even gonna lie. That's just me. Miss Anita did something that caused massive backlash, but looking back, it really emphasized a lot of the need for this movement, a lot of need for representation, a lot of need for basically people saying, hey, we're out here, we're your brothers, sisters, mayors, we're everywhere. She ended up causing like a huge gay movement. That's why it was like, okay, girl, Miami, and then we see why Miami is what Miami is because of the backlash against Anita Bryant. So really, she kind of caused the movement to progress, even go further, get more motivated, get more deeper into the cause. Like, they would picket at her events, they would increase the attendance of, the pride marches. Like, Miss Anita, girl, Miss Anita, you actually turned into the thing that you hated while promoting the thing that you hated into what we can see today. And this reoccurrence of LGBT hate and anti-gay with the kids and the drag shows it might cause another movement, and I think we are ready for it, because I feel like, especially when it comes to the Supreme Court right now, I feel like we are just a blimp away from them going nuclear, because we know ain't no issue off the table. If they could, talk about abortion, environmental rights, if they can do all of that, ain't no telling. And I feel like since a lot of people probably, since gay marriage was legal, they kind of put their blinders up and kind of step back. But they passing laws, so they stand on our necks, so we need to stay on theirs. As simple as that. They stand on our necks, so we need to stay on theirs. Some Christian fundamentalist audiences and venues actually shunned Miss Bryant after she divorced her first husband, Bob Green. And I just want to speak on that, because the same people you were building for actually tore you down when you needed them the most. And I've seen this in church recently, not back when. No, they're still doing the same community that you've built up and that relied on you and that you took care of, and them taking care of you. Like when it mattered, when you were at your lowest and when you needed them the most, they were nowhere to be found, Miss Anita. They were absolutely nowhere to be found. They were like, you divorced? No, that goes against everything we said. And I mean, just karma. That's why I do not play with her. I don't play with her. I watch what kind of energy I put out there, so I'm not getting any negative energy back. That's why I'm not even sin up here going in on this lady, because just reading this kind of have me side-eyeing whoever she was, whatever politician she was with back in the day in church. Got me side-eyeing a lot of them. I'm saying my church would never have done this. Absolutely never. Would never have just shunned a figure that she basically helped. Would just, no, that wouldn't happen. But I think her mistake came in by trusting politicians, and politicians using you for pawns to exert their will and power on. And we can see that today. On either side, we can see that today. And like I said, when you invite people like that into your space, you are then opened up to a whole bunch of scrutiny and criticism come in from all sides. on all sides. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to get off my chest about Miss Anita Baker. Stay tuned for the next anti-LGBT figure that I'm going to talk about in this series. So